I know, Emmy, you had a question that you wanted to ask.
Yes. Are you afraid of white people?
Oh, whoa, whoa.
That's what I love
Wait a
about
second.
children. Emmy, that is a phenomenal question. I'm not afraid of white people. I am cautious of white people. I think about water and electricity. Water, necessary for life. Electricity, it's also necessary for life. But I do understand if those two have a negative interaction, it could be lethal.
Dang.
Wow.
This video is brought to you by Tatum Plus, brought to you by Tatum Plus, a new platform. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an incredible way to support yours truly and our channel. We always want to be ahead of the game and making sure that if anything happened on these social media platforms, you still have a place where you can go and see content, and that costs money. So that's why we have a subscription base to help pay for everybody that's on the team, for them to cut unique content, for us to travel and do things that elevate our content and do more for you, right? We're going to always do the free content. We're going to always have it available on YouTube, but we want to do additional things. And for those people who want to go a little deeper into the experience with Acho Tatum, you can do it on our subscription base. So go ahead and subscribe today. Link is in the description section. And we also have free shirts, $5 shirts, $5 hoodies on the Tatum store. Just click at the button at the very top of the store and get you some merch today. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Emmanuel Acho, he was on television on one of those sports commentary network shows, and he was a little bit liberal on there too. But this takes the cake, man. I don't know how people get away with this stuff, but for some reason they get a pass. Now, all the stuff that I've been saying on here about black people and all that, and people get mad, and you talk about black people too much, but the range is far stretching. Poor black people say ignorant stuff like this. Middle class black people say, and the leaders of our community, millionaire football players that got multi-million-dollar contracts on TV, is talking stupid like this. And you wonder why I gotta say something. Let's roll the clip for Acho on this show. It's like he's on a panel with kids in here. And this is what he had to say about white people. Roll the clip.
I know, Emmy, you had a question that you wanted to ask.
Yes. Are you afraid of white people?
Oh, whoa, whoa.
That's what I love
Wait
about
a second.
children. Emmy, that is a phenomenal question. I'm not afraid of white people. I am cautious of white people. I think about water and electricity. Water, necessary for life. Electricity, it's also necessary for life. But I do understand if those two have a negative interaction, it could be lethal.
Dang.
Wow.
And so,
Hold on, let me pause this real quick. Let me pause this. Do you know how silly that is, what he just said? Water and electricity. This man is comparing, these are kids, like, first of all, it's the people with the Waco couple that got the building show or whatever. They're on a panel, for the people on the radio that can't see it. They're on a panel with Acho, and then there's kids around them. And it seemed like the kids are able to ask them questions. So one of the kids asked Acho, are you afraid of white people? And he go, I'm not afraid, I'm cautious. Then he goes and compares white and black people to electricity and water. And what he's essentially saying is that electricity is operating on its own as a good. Water is operating its own as a good. When they come together, it's no good. That's what he said. That's pretty much what he said. I don't know of a situation where electricity and water will merge and there's not a catastrophic event. I mean, direct water and electricity. I don't expect you to try this, but if you were in a bathtub and you had a curling iron plugged in and you threw it into the bathtub, I don't think that's gonna go well. Do you? Or you got an outlet, a 220 outlet on the wall, you stick your tongue on that, I don't think it's gonna go well. You're gonna turn into a fried chicken piece. But imagine if a white person trade the place with Acho and a black kid said, are you afraid of black people? And the white man says, I'm not afraid of black people, I'm just cautious. Let me give you an example. water and electricity, when they come together, it could be catastrophic. You will never hear from that person ever again. They may kill him. He'll never have a career anywhere. How is it okay to black people say this? Now, I want you to play the rest of that clip so they can hear the rest of what Acho said. And then the white people, the white adults in there going, ooh, that's deep. What? Roll the rest of that clip.
When I still might use my cell phone charger in the bathroom. You know, as a female, you still might use your curling iron or your blow dryer next to the sink.
Sure.
But you have to remember, if those two things ever have a negative interaction, it could be lethal. So I'm not afraid of white people. I'm just cautious. And I think the beautiful thing.
Here you go. Pause it, because I wanna get back to this, because he's talking in front of kids. He just made reference that a woman may still use her curling iron next to the sink. You still may use your cell phone in the bathroom or in the bathtub or whatever. And the analogy is so perfectly illustrating how racist he is. Because what he's saying is that as a black man, I might go to the same church you go to. As a black man, I might work on the same job you work on. We might be at the same bar together. I may eat at the same restaurant you eat at. I may sit on a panel with you. But the interaction, that means that I don't want to interact with you. That means that we can't come together because there is going to be friction. This is what Acho is saying as an explanation, and I'm not exaggerating, because the presupposition that he had in this particular situation was that I'm not afraid of white people, I'm cautious. Because if I come together with white people, it could be a problem. That's what he's illustrating. Now finish the clip so you guys can hear him relate this to how beautiful children are. Roll the clip.
Of children and about children is that we learn things as kids and it develops us as adults, which is why you all being here with your children is the most powerful thing.
And that's exactly what happened to him. You learn racism as a kid and you develop them as an adult. If a child were to ask me, Brandon, are you afraid of white people? I would tell him, I'm not afraid of anybody because I know God is on my side. And I'm definitely not afraid of a person who is white. What does that even mean? I'm afraid of a person's skin color? That is absolutely irrelevant, because we know that just because you have a certain skin color don't mean you act a certain way. There's people who are white who are good and bad, black good and bad, Asian good and bad, Mexican good and bad. We all know that people act inappropriately and some act appropriately, no matter what color you are. So I'm not afraid of any one person. I do not like people that do evil, and I don't hang with them. And I love people that do God's business and that are loving and kind to one another. It's really that simple. And I would tell the young people there is that I don't care what anybody say, you shouldn't dislike or like or be cautious of anybody because of the color of their skin. I would even pose the question to the kid, just imagine if the roles were reversed and I was white and you asked me, do I not like black people? But Acho get to say it, and black people get to say this all the time. And that's why I wholeheartedly feel, and this is based on anecdotal evidence to a certain degree, because it's my life experience, but a lot of people have told me this, but I can't verify it. I honestly believe that black people are far more racist than white people are in modern society. I don't know what it was like 50, 60 years ago. I wasn't alive. But ever since I've been alive and cognitively aware of my peers and been around black people my whole life, black people are far more racist. And the reason is not because they're born like that. It's because society creates racism in black people at a stronger rate than anybody else. When you white and you go to school, you just focusing on school, focusing on whatever. When you black, it's always this cloud over your head that the white man is doing this, the white man is doing that, the white people hate you, slavery. I mean, you got all of this stuff bombarded on you as a black kid that you develop this feeling of angst and discomfort and hatred towards white people. Because every aspect of your life is in white people are involved in it. When you're white, you'll never see black people. You know, you may live in a community where you don't have no black people. You may have like 15 black people. You may see a black kid when you went to school with him or her. Black people live over there. Y'all live over here. And you exist that way, and it's fine, and you never thought twice about it. But when you black, you can be in an all-black community still worried about white people. Because if somebody kills somebody or something going wrong in the community, the first thing you are taught to do is to look at the white man and say, it's because of them we're like this. It's because of them Pookie them Po and stabbing and killing and thugging and stealing. It's because of the white man. The white man is the reason why my uncle is running around on crack. Not the man who sold it to him, but the white man that planted crack in the neighborhood 400 years ago. And I know it wasn't 400 years ago, but I'm exaggerating. But you get what I'm saying. And so you grow up with this idea. That's why you can get on television as a multimillionaire playing football with white people and white coaches and probably married to a white woman. You could say you're cautious of white people. Can somebody look this up real quick? Is Acho's girl white or black? She got to be black, or I'm gonna quit the radio. If Acho's wife is white, I'm quitting the radio today. I'm finna quit live on the radio. Thank God. Thank God she black, because that'd have been, I couldn't take it if he had a white woman talking crazy as he talking. But what does that say? It proves to me that again and again and again we see examples of racism perpetuated by black and brown bodies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of time. Y'all hold the phone.